Hello everyone. At the end of October, Rahu, the north node of the moon, will transit backwards into Pisces for 1.5 years and Ketu into Virgo. It's an important transformative transit. Why? Because when Rahu is in Pisces, he will act in ways you might not expect. So many secrets are to be given out on this video. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below, and if the video is good for you, give it a thumbs up. Let's go. October 31st, 23, then right up until the 18th of May, 2025. They're the dates for your diary, everybody. Now, Rahu in Pisces has some very special, as I say, unexpected effects. Let's delve deep into these secrets. The first thing to know, everyone, is that Rahu loves to be in Pisces. He loves to be in this sign so much. Why? Because he's gone the furthest away he can get from his office, his work sign of Virgo. He's on a vacation, and furthermore, he's surrounded by his favorite food, the fishes. It's a reverse nodal transit, everybody. It's not generally understood. You see, Rahu is furthest away from his office, Virgo, and Ketu from his multicone office sign, Pisces. And what is Rahu's work? Well, he creates when he's in Virgo with all that technical expertise, industrial revolution, big machines, combustion engine, all of that. He is behind it. Then he will move on to computer technology, AI technology. More and more advancement happens. It seems to be benefiting us, but all of it will contain the seed of destruction, because that is Rahu's agenda. And most ingeniously, while he's in Virgo, in his office, he will take all of the herbs of the earth from Virgo and he will make them into chemical concoctions, generally called medicine. They will seem incredibly helpful, but ultimately they will be seen to be poison. This is Rahu's most ingenious, as I say, agenda. But he's left all that behind. He's as far away as he can get from it now. He's on holiday. So Rahu's in a very relaxed and happy mood, and he's gorging himself, as I say, on all the fishes. By the way, why does he like fish? Because he is chasing Ketu, eternally chasing Ketu. Ketu is actually represented as the fish's tail. What then is the effect on everybody of Rahu in this holiday mood? Well, the first effect is that his smoke and illusion, while he is so relaxed, becomes even more greater. Believe me, the smoke and illusion coming out of Rahu during this Pisces transit will be incredible, almost having a magical effect on people. Be aware of it. Take note of it, because actually I would describe Rahu in Pisces as a sort of Walt Disney on steroids. And it's incredible also because Venus is exalted in Pisces. Understand this, everybody. Shukra is exalted. Shukra is the pleasure principle. Exaltation in Pisces does not mean that Shukra gets perfect relationship, by the way. Shukra here gives spiritual effect, but Rahu destroys it, and here's the other biggest secret. Rahu detests Venus. Why is this, you're saying? I've read that Venus and Rahu are friends. They are superficially. Rahu will seem to be friendly towards Venus, but he detests everything about Shukra. He may take all the knowledge from Shukra, learn from Shukra, but he is no friend to his guru. He is the ultimate enemy to all Venetian effect. You see, everybody, Rahu was decapitated by Mohini avatar, the form of Vishnu in the most beautiful female form ever created, is the epitome of Venus. So obviously, he doesn't have a friendly feeling towards Venus at all. And in fact, his Badaka sign is Libra. From Rahu's home, Aquarius, Badaka, obstacle, is Libra or Venus. So what's the impact of all this on everybody? First of all, certain people benefit definitely. As I say, Rahu in Pisces is a bit like Walt Disney on steroids. It creates a magical, mystical illusion around everybody, and people who depend on imagination for their work, on creativity, are going to benefit, at least to begin with. So the movie industry gets a tremendous burst of inspiration, actually. Hollywood, Bollywood, screenwriters, actors, actresses, novelists, designers, any artistic people, musicians especially, get tremendous inspiration. Artistic effect will go to the utmost of genius almost But you see, everyone, this glamour, this Rahu Pisces illusionary magic is going to impact everybody to begin with very strongly. All of a sudden, life seems dreamlike. Opportunities, doors just open before you as if by magic. It's very, very tempting indeed. And because of Rahu's impact on Venus, as I've just explained, Venus's exaltation here, you can expect that in romantic relationships, the effects become extremely strong. So Rahu in Pisces encourages love, encourages romantic love, even infatuation. So be very careful. I'm not saying every new romance relationship started under Rahu Pisces is going to be a tragedy. Not at all. Very wonderful soulmate factors may even be there. But everybody should have some caution about it. Be a little detached. Take a little step back. Get to know people slowly. That's all I'm saying. Another important effect, Rahu is in the sign of Guru Jupiter. Rahu will be the most enemy to true spirituality, true knowledge. So very often people begin to doubt. The seeds of doubt come into your spiritual path. Be aware of it. Analyze it carefully. Don't be taken in. In addition, although it's a very short transit, 1.5 years, there is a potential for false guru, false religious path to even become manifest. Also impacting everybody, very importantly, are Rahu's trine aspects. He trines to Scorpio and Cancer during the transit. His 9th aspect is on Scorpio, but be aware he goes backwards. He considers Scorpio his 5th aspect of knowledge and mantra. And what knowledge comes from Scorpio? It is the occult knowledge, especially astrology, because Mars rules Scorpio. Mars is astrology. So people studying Jyotish, astrology, studying occult, all of these mystical factors will actually benefit tremendously in their studies, in their pursuits, while Rahu is in Pisces. But all students studying research, doing any secretive private research, especially academically, PhD students maybe, they're going to get a real boost in their knowledge, in the availability of wisdom to them actually during this Rahu in Pisces. But Rahu also aspects Cancer. Cancer is the ocean, and therefore one of the most deepest negative factors will be the impact on marine life, on the fishes. Yes, the fishes are dying. Rahu's eating them. So marine life comes under tremendous threat during this Rahu Pisces. You see, the ocean life balances the earth life. This is the Pisces Virgo axis. Ask any ecologist. There has to be balance between the two. Rahu Pisces creates incredible destabilizing effect. So during the transit, expect to see even more than previously rising sea levels, flooding, and a real concern about sustainability of marine life itself. Of course, Jupiter is not even looking at his own sign during this transit. Jupiter protects the ocean life. So one of the easiest remedies here, very easy but very effective and a very good thing to be doing karmically, would be to support ocean conservation, charity, etc. By doing this, you can mitigate some of these Rahu Pisces negative impact and actually help yourself to get through the transit. Also getting the blessings of Guru Jupiter, which we all need. Let's not forget Ketu in Virgo, however. This is equally impactful for everybody. Ketu's Multricone office is Pisces, where he gives intense spiritual wisdom, where he can actually open the actual gate of liberation. Ketu is the key out of the prison of this material entanglement. It's a pretty thankless task actually for Ketu, trying to show everybody the truth, trying to show them they are in a prison situation, especially in this Kali Yuga. So he's on holiday now. He's going to forget about that, and that's where it can become dangerous. This is why, as I've just said, Rahu Pisces, Ketu Virgo is difficult for true spiritual path, bringing us many doubts, many illusions. Other difficult effect are that Ketu is that headless entity. He's now in the actual sign of technology, Virgo. He rules small machines, yes, but he's in a very difficult position, Virgo, because he is not going to be able to give that perfection, give that exacting factor which makes technology work. So computers go into disarray. AI technology taking off during this Ketu Virgo is going to have a very difficult effect. It's going to be headless. it's going to be potentially dangerous, not having the effect it is meant to have. Expect your internet connection, expect computers, expect everything to do with connectivity in the world to go into complete chaos while Ketu is in Virgo. Everybody better buy that new laptop before this transit begins. A little tip. Ketu rules aeroplanes, so the aviation industry may come under stress. There may be some technological problems, hiccups, and all difficulties affecting the industry because of this transit. And unfortunately, just like Rahu Pisces spells disaster for marine life, for the ocean life, Ketu Virgo has a similar disastrous impact on landed life, on the animals, on wildlife, on agriculture itself, on the harvest. There is no mitigating Ketu effect, everybody, because he is headless, making mistakes. He has no aspects. But if you take the remedy I have just given you for Rahu Pisces, this will also slow down some of these debilitating factors. And finally, very importantly, the transit to your natal position of Rahu Ketu in your chart. When Rahu transits his own sign or Ketu sign in your D1 birth chart is extremely impactful. That is also an 18-year cycle. So if in your D1 birth chart, everyone, you've got Rahu or Ketu placed in Pisces sign, this is happening right now in the next 1.5 years for you. Particularly check on my channel. I've already posted some time ago a video where I discussed this natal Rahu return, Rahu Ketu reverse axis as well. Check that out. I've got example charts there, celebrity charts, bringing it home exactly what is happening. The link is below. Right now, though, let's just look at it briefly. Rahu returns to his natal position in your chart during these ages 18, 36, 54, and 72. What happens when you have Rahu conjuncting natal Rahu is that you will start something new, but you won't want to. That's the thing. You will be pushed into a new beginning, forced into it, pushed through the door, literally by Rahu. Don't try to resist. It's hopeless. You have to give up the past. You have to move forward. Conversely, Rahu transits to your natal Ketu in your chart during these ages, age 27, 45, 63 and 81. This is a reverse nodal transit. So when Rahu transits Ketu, expect that you are dragged into the past, not to the future. But this can be helpful if you can go with it, okay? So things can impact you, such as people from the past in this life coming into your life, or you can have past life connections coming into your life, definitely. Even you are going to physical places where you've lived previous life. This is the sort of deja vu factor that Rahu coming into connection to Ketu in your chart brings. I've seen many times. Once again, you can't resist it. You may become obsessed about past life factors or certain individuals. You just have to flow with it, really, because sometimes it can even be inspiring, Rahu aspecting Ketu. How to use these readings, everybody. Read primarily from your Ascendant sign if you should have it accurately, definitely. D1 chart, even D9. Ascendant is your life direction. Decisions which you make. Rahu impacts and takes you on a whole new journey from your Lagna Ascendant position. But also read Moon sign. Moon impacts the whole of your experience of your life. So Rahu, who is actually North Node of the Moon, impacts from Moon sign position also. If you're not sure about sidereal Vedic ascendant moon sign, check the link at the bottom of my description box. There's a website there. Put in all of your birth data, bring up Vedic horoscope to find those positions. Let's begin. Aries ascendant, Aries moon. Rahu's gone backward to the 12th house of your chart. It's time to consolidate what you began in the last 1.5 years. It's not a risk-taking venture for you now. It's about consolidation, making things permanent, making things secure. That's what he wants to do for you. So Rahu here wants to shore up your financial situation, reducing expenses, but be aware. At various times, it will seem like he's doing the opposite. It will seem like expenses are flying at you from all directions. You see, Rahu here is a bit frustrating many Aries. Aries are pioneers, want to keep on pushing forward, right? You get itchy feet, you feel a bit constrained, even a bit imprisoned, some Aries, like you don't know how to get out of this situation. But it's not a bad situation, it's a consolidation phase. So make the most of the actual opportunities which are here, believe me. And don't become anxious, don't become frustrated. But Rahu's expanding your subconscious desires here, and he's in the house of the bed pleasure. So very often strange infatuations, romantic attractions of many kinds actually can manifest during this Rahu 12th house transit. It's happening because Rahu's in Pisces. That's the issue. I've spoken about this at the beginning of the video. Check that out to learn what Rahu does in this sign of exalted Venus, because it's definitely happening for Aries moon ascendant. But apart from that, Rahu 12th house makes you super secretive generally, secretive about your plans, secretive about finances, just really going inward, being secretive, being protective of your future. There can be workplace tensions, really strong tensions, like you just can't find space on your own, make workplace environment work for you. Tensions with your colleagues will be there as well. Many of you make big changes, though, to your domestic environment. This can be favourable. Decluttering, make it more livable, change domestic scene. Many of you move, make a real change in your domestic living situation, which is favourable, even into foreign lands occasionally, because Rahu indicates this. Be careful, business people, people having a big investment portfolio, whatever it is. Rahu makes you want to jump off the deep end, take it easy, take it slow. Rahu doesn't see clearly here. He's not seeing the way forward. Things are quite not what they seem. Occasionally, though, Rahu's aspect to the 8th house can show wills, legacies coming to the fore, and inheritance can be there, especially property inheritance for some Aries. But if you are a student studying in any direction at all, whether it's full-time, part-time, any area of study, researchers, you're going to get such profound insights. Rahu aspect Scorpio, the 8th house, you're going to go to the top of your field with in-depth preparation, in-depth understanding, especially, by the way, occult study, astrology, tremendously powerful, favourable during this transit. And creative people, artists, writers, bloggers, anybody doing creative, imaginative work, you will also get a real inspiration, a real push forward in your work. Make sure you get plenty of relaxation, because Rahu Ketu here can give stress levels, and even old health issues shown by Ketu can come up again. But you will resolve it now. Ketu gives you the additional insight to totally sort it this time. If you have small animals, pets, they can be having problems too, because Ketu indicates them as well. Sometimes even a new small animal comes into your life. It's a past life karmic connection. Taurus ascendant, Taurus moon, Rahu's gone to the 11th house of your chart, the actual place of hopes and wishes, desires fulfilled and gains. Rahu's ready to hand them to you on the plate. What you've wanted for so long is definitely coming home now. And you deserve it, Taurus. Let's face it, the last 1.5 years, Rahu has been 12th house to you, Ketu 6th. You've had many frustrations. You may have had some health issues. You had work frustrations, work environments been very frustrating. You felt stuck in a corner. You may have had health issues, even with your pets. It's been a very disturbing transit for you. Now, Rahu goes into this 11th house, where he will open doors magically. He will give you many, many gains, many wishes fulfilled. But be careful. What do they say? Be careful what you want, because you're definitely going to get it during this transit. It's like Rahu's third from his own transit here, so he will give you confidence, presentation skill, writing skills. You can be inspired if you are writer, blogger, any of these people. You can start off a whole new career in some creative field, some of you, or extend already existing career into profitable new fields. Your social life increases as well. New friends come into your life, more connection to your family. Generally, siblings especially help you. You feel happier because you may have lost contact with some of them recently. Even neighbors support you. So you're really becoming much more available in the world. Whereas the last 1.5 years, it was a more private time for you. If you're a business person, a supreme time to expand your business, start a new business. Enterprise is favored. Marketplace opportunities open up to you unexpectedly throughout the transit. It's a very important time for your intimate relationships, this whole transit. Rahu aspecting 7th house, you can change your relationship, make it better for yourselves. More communication is available with your spouse. You can revitalize the whole situation. Ketu is the co-lord of your 7th house. Don't forget he's in the 5th house. There can be a new romance starting now for some of you. There can be relationship available with an ex-partner sometimes, or with somebody with whom you've had a very close connection past life. There's strong karmic attractions coming into Taurian's life, most definitely romantically, relationship-wise, during the whole transit. Don't forget, Rahu in Pisces can become very obsessional in relationships. So if you are beginning any new relationship situation, take it slow. Check again what I said, because it's very important that you take note of that tendency. It's impacting Taurus strongly. Sometimes Ketu 5th house, because he is lord of your 7th house, shows you have to give up relationship which is not working. Some of you, this can be spousal relationship, occasionally more likely to be a romantic attraction which has run its course. Definitely you are rejuvenating relationship situation now. It's a beginning relationship wise. That's the thing. It's a new course forward for you in your intimate connections. If you are a student, though, you may get success in promotion opportunities work-wise, but study-wise, Ketu is making you distracted in the 5th house. You may feel restless on the course, want to make a change. Be careful. Ketu shows mistakes can be made in your educational future. Take advice. That's the most important thing. Gemini Ascendant, Gemini Moon, Rahu is going to the 10th house of your chart. You're going to have influence. You're going to get noticed. You're going to have career success. You're going to make many career breakthroughs, definitely, during the transit. So many breakthroughs, promotion, success comes to many Geminis in their career, work, or even business situation. But watch out. There's an Achilles heel, if you like, here, because Ketu is in a Marna Karakastana transit in the 4th house, obviously in the opposite sign to this Rahu. This means Rahu demands here that you take complete responsibility. Rahu will tempt you into shortcuts, doing things that you think people don't notice you're doing, just basically pushing out the boundaries because success seems assured. But if you do this, you will run into definite trouble. You see, authority figures, boss, take a great deal of notice of you because Rahu is your 9th house lord, but they are watching every step you take. You may think they're not, but they are. So shortcuts, doing anything underhand, unethical will be noticed. So if you don't do that, great success is assured. If you do, you are likely going to have a fall connected here because Rahu Ketu is a rise and fall situation, 10th house, 4th house. So keep with the success side of things. Make the most of these fantastic opportunities. Don't take shortcuts. Domestic situation, though, becomes a bit fraught here because of Ketu. You can be never at home, always out and about during this transit. Home can become a little bit chaotic, unstable, difficult, and domestic reshuffles become difficult to do successfully, even if you need to. Some of you, though, will be forced to make domestic changes, even against your will. Forced to make a home move, for example, which you would rather not do at this time. Mother's health also generally can come under stress during the transit. But you can definitely shore up financial success for yourself this year. Rahu aspects a house of family, finances. Sometimes family members help you financially. Sometimes you support family members. It's really important to shore up your success financially now because also Rahu aspects the 6th house. You defeat many enemy situations which have been troubling you for some time, especially health issues. Tremendous gains here. You can get rid of a long-standing health issue and really feel much more happier. So Rahu Rahu 10th house is putting you on the pinnacle now. Pinnacle of success, pinnacle of notoriety maybe, but even fame can come in whatever way in your own environment. Rahu gets you noticed. That's the thing. For Cancer Ascendant and Cancer Moon, Rahu in the 9th house, Ketu in the 3rd house. This 9th third aspect, talk about restless nature, talk about itchy feet. It's going to be one of the most important factors during the next 1.5 years. It can be physical for sure. You can be traveling into foreign lands very, very often during this time, but Rahu is not happy in this 9th house. He is not situated so well. So there can be disturbances, difficulty with the travel from time to time. It's a restless mental factor though. You are exploring new philosophy, some of you, religious systems, but also having doubts about existing religious belief. It's a definite quarrelsome time. You are quarreling about philosophy, religion, belief systems, becoming quite contentious, even with your father, some of you. You can even be seduced by a false philosophy, false guru, actually, by this Rahu 9th house. Be really careful about any new belief system, ethical system. Check it out systematically. Check the beginning of the video because I've talked about this problem with this Rahu Pisces, and it especially affects Cancer Ascendant. Students on higher education course particularly feel the impact of this Rahu here. You may have contentions also, quarrels with your teachers, lecturers, feeling at odds with them, feeling they are not giving you the education you had expected to get, feeling as though something isn't quite working. You may make quick, rapid changes to your education course and then perhaps wish that you hadn't. You see, changing mind consistently or continually, can be something happens with this Rahu Ketu, because Ketu is in 3rd house. You're a bit blindsided about decisions, about direction forward. So Rahu Ketu 3rd and 9th aspect. Don't make sudden decisions without taking a deep breath and taking advice. That's the thing. Indeed, anybody on any education course, whether it's full-time student, part-time, whatever it is, learning in any capacity, can have a short attention span here because Ketu makes you extremely restless mentally. So it's something to be aware of. Not only short attention span, you can have a short temper as well here. Rahu Ketu in this 9th third aspect, you can have quarrels with your siblings, even with your father, as I say. You can have quarrels with many people because you're just not being so patient as you normally are. You've just become a very restless, itchy feet type of person. So you can have contentions where you would not have them before, especially siblings, as I say. Siblings could be leaving environment and you can feel loss here because you have very strong attachments to them often. Another factor, if you are female, Rahu 9th house can show unexpected pregnancy as well, particularly because it aspects 5th house. If you've already got children, unexpected factors come up with them continually almost throughout the year. The most important factor of all is that Rahu has a 5th aspect onto your ascendant moon sign. You're changing thoughts about life direction, career, relationships, everything, but it's more mental than actually taking action now. Finally, Rahu is aspecting from Pisces onto Cancer Ascendant here, affecting your health, affecting it because you are making new changes to your health routine, diet, exercise, something. You feel compulsively that you've got to do something different, but be careful. You can become extremist about this and actually do yourself more harm than good, something to watch out for. For Leo Ascendant and Leo Moon, when Rahu goes into the 8th house, you're pushing for change. You're pushing to revolutionize your life, but it's a bit like doing it in the dark because this is like a Scorpio well here. Rahu gets confused. Rahu doesn't quite know what he's doing, but he gets very compulsive in the 8th house. I would say definitely Leo, especially because Rahu is your 7th lord. If you are forced into any any dramatic change. Circumstances change, relationship, work-wise, health-wise, anything, and you have to do things differently, do it. Otherwise, be cautious. If you are just pushing ahead for the sake of it, wanting to maneuver things, make things happen, you will find that you probably come up against a brick wall. This is a time for careful change if you are in control of it. That's the thing. You see, spouse, partners pushing the boat out now. They've got all the reins in their hand and you just have to cooperate with it. That's the actual situation. And in your workplace, managers, co-workers, they're running the show. You may want to make a real show of power here, but if you can just cooperate, agree with people, conciliate with people, things will be so much more easier during the transit. If you are a business person, you definitely have to go to accept some revolutionary changes. Business partnership may even come to an end, or some business situation is just not viable. Marketplace forces are not supporting it. Cut the losses now. Ketu says cut the losses fast and you will consolidate for the future. For some of you, family circle may have losses now involving wills, legacies, inheritance, but some contention about these may be also there. Definitely Rahu here makes you feel like doing something speculative gain, stock market, jumping off the deep end. Don't do it. Rahu is tempting you, but you don't have all the information you need. As I say, Rahu is a little bit like he's in the dark here. Moderation is the key with your health as well, because you're putting a lot of stress on yourself by this need to make big changes when really it's about stabilizing, not pushing over the edge here. Ketu second house, watch your diet, watch your eating. It can completely be wrong for you. Changing your diet would help tremendously during the transit. Travel though, foreign lands, holidays, retreat, whatever it is, getting away from it all is definitely good for you during this transit. And study of all sorts, especially occult, mystical subjects. Researchers also do extremely well. People studying Jyotish, astrology, can make tremendous insights during the transit. Now, Rahu has many obsessions in this 8th house, but one of the things, romantically, it can be very strange indeed. Some of you seeking new relationship get obsessive attractions happening. Check the beginning of the video. I spoke about this effect of this Rahu Pisces. It's definitely happening for Leo. And some of these attractions happen while you are traveling or while you are in far distant shores. Even becoming attracted to somebody from another culture is highly likely for some Leos. But Rahu in the 8th house gives uncertainty to any starting relationship now. So take it slowly. Don't jump into the deep end. That's the thing. But don't fear if you feel stuck, a bit uncertain in your relationships, because once Rahu goes into your 7th house, Aquarius, from mid-2025 onwards, the real revolutionary relationship changes will take place. But the biggest favor you can do to yourself, Leo, during this Rahu 8th house transit is to sort out your home situation. You may need to move. You may need to renovate the home from top to bottom. You may have to put enormous energy into this, but it's going to be definitely worthwhile. Virgo Ascendant, Virgo Moon people, Rahu is going to the 7th house of your chart and Ketu in the 1st. This is the switch point, turning point in the 18-year cycle. Things are taking off in a new direction. You are not being stalemated anymore. That's the thing. Don't forget, Rahu is your co-lord. He's in the 7th house. A change happens in your intimate relationships. Some of you change a relationship completely top to bottom. Some of you are forced to. Spouse makes the changes. Sometimes relationships end, even start again and get back together again during this whole 1.5 year period. Everything is completely unexpected. Everything is just happening out of the blue. But if you think about it, it was on the cards for some time. Be clear, because Rahu is your lord. It's a needed revolution. So don't be blindsided by it. Go with it. It's going to work out very well indeed. Relationship startup are definitely also on the cards. And some of you even get a little bit obsessive about relationships. Very strange, because Virgo people don't normally do this. But you're going to get obsessive about making things perfect, making things work for you now. New relationships especially so. It's a definite karmic direction because of this Ketu Rahu placement here. check the beginning of the video if you didn't hear it already, where I'm speaking about Rahu Pisces and how it gets obsessional with these new relationships. It's definitely impacting Virgo. But because Ketu's in your first house, it's about letting things go, letting your own will go in the situation, not hanging on to things which are never going to work. Now, Rahu aspects 11th house. It's very good for business startup. Business success is assured if you take a leap into the dark, do something different, especially a business partnership startup could be extremely profitable. You're going to make new social connections, work colleagues support you. Generally, you are becoming much more sociable, much more engaged. And all of this engagement is absolutely profitable to you. Rahu is your lord, but he's your 6th house lord. So competitors come into your business situation, competitors into your workplace, whatever it is, you've got to compete for your success. That's the thing. You may try to shy away from it, but you must not. Face competitors head on. You'll be okay. You will still get promotion. You will still get increase of income. Skill base definitely widens, and this is part of your extreme success. For Libra Ascendant and Libra Moon, Rahu in the 6th house of your chart, you're going to defeat the enemies. You're going to defeat the situations which have left you feeling helpless recently. All of a sudden, you're going to make very dramatic and very helpful changes in your life during the next 1.5 years. But you have to remember, from Rahu's point of view, he's in the 8th house in this transit. So he will act in an undercover position, in a secretive way. From a secretive perspective, unknown help comes to you. Unexpected help, especially in the workplace situation and definitely with your health issues. Even if unexpected health issues come up, it's a good thing because you're going to get to grips with them now. Rahu gives you new consultation, new innovative ways to deal with ongoing health issues. It's a revolutionary time for your health, well-being. Take up the challenge. It's going to be worth it. In the workplace environment, unexpected competition happens, unexpected rivalry, even all the things Librans hate, and unexpected changes. But every one of these situations work to your benefit. Don't shy away from this. You're going to come out on top. Face it square on. You become the winner. You become the one with higher status and a definite increase in your financial situation. It's really favorable. One thing Rahu does is get rid of worries. Initially, you'll be having sleepless nights again, worried, concerned, anxiety increases. But then as you rise to the occasion, Libra, you become happier. You become more secure financially, as I say, and many of your financial worries go absolutely into the past. So it's a very successful, reassuring transit. Rise to the occasion. Now, Rahu is the new. Rahu is something innovative. So if you do not have happy job situation, you can change it. You can leave a job, find a better job. You can get promotion. You can get higher status. You can definitely start a whole new work experience from this transit. Don't shy away from it. Go for it, even if it seems too much for you. Even if you do not seem qualified. You'll be surprised what amazing doors open to you, what competition you will defeat during this Rahu transit. If you've got children, they can be having health issues, obstacles, concerns, but from your point of view, you can help them and they will come out of this certainly. Students get a whole revolutionary experience as well. 5th Lord, learning experience goes into this 6th house now. So you will finally understand factors of your education which had eluded you before. You'll be studying super hard, getting fabulous results, that's for sure. Only downside of this Rahu is you won't have a lot of time to yourself, but you never mind that. You like to be kept busy. You like to be interacting. So make the most of these fantastic opportunities, revolutionizing your whole life. For Scorpio, Ascendant Scorpio Moon, Rahu's gone back into your 5th house now. It's one of the most temptation-inducing transits you can have. And it's in the sign of Pisces. I've spoken about some of these difficulties earlier on in the video. I hope you listen to that. Romantically, if you are seeking new relationship, opportunities will be there, but are you ready to really take them on? You think you are, but then when it's actually up there in front of you, opportunity, you're going to back down a little bit because things are not what they seem romantically. That's the thing. There can be many relationship challenges now. Sometimes you are not being open with your spouse, or you feel they're not being open with you, when actually everything's absolutely fine. You've got a lot of illusions going through your mind during this time. There may be difficult confrontations in your relationships, romantic relationships, especially during this time, but you're trying to manipulate the situation, make it work out. Let go. Just flow with events. Don't try to control everything. Many people are leaving your orbit now, friends maybe, and colleagues as well. It's just making you feel a little bit insecure, that's the thing. You see, Ketu is your Lord, don't forget. In this Virgo situation, there can be workplace changes, environmental changes in your workplace, which you are absolutely not so happy with. They're going to be fine for you, but they're making you feel insecure, a little bit uncertain. Where does your favor come? Foreign land, distant shore, and education. Rahu aspecting the 9th house here. You can start a whole new educational experience, something different to actually what you've ever done before. It can be very successful. And what makes you feel happier during the time is definitely foreign travel, exploring different cultures, new horizons. This will actually relax you and make you feel revitalized. It doesn't even have to be foreign lands, just traveling generally is actually good for you during the transit. And Rahu aspects Ascendant, so you're going to become very independent, very focused. You are actually reinventing yourself during the transit. If you've got children though, Rahu in this 5th house makes you a bit controlling with them, even a bit concerned about them, definitely, but too concerned, even obsessed with them. Be careful, let it be. Don't try to control things with your kids. They're going to be fine. You're not afraid to do anything actually during this time because Rahu aspects Ascendant, but watch yourself financially because Ketu is in the actual house of gain here. Do not take financial risks. Do not take gambling situations, stock market situations without thinking about them carefully. You think it's okay, but don't forget, Rahu's smoke and illusion is really strong during the transit, as I've spoken about at the beginning of the video. You can have expenses during this time. You can have difficult income loss, basically, even because Ketu's in the 11th house. You're going to have to let go of some expected opportunity which was never meant for you. So be fluid, be creative. In fact, creative people, artistic people of any sort can actually benefit by this transit. Creative solutions, new, innovative, creative projects get a really good start during this time. For Sagittarius Ascendant, Sagittarius Moon, now this is a bit of an iffy transit for you. Rahu in the 4th house, Ketu in the 10th. Rahu is the lord of your 3rd house. You get tremendous itchy feet. In your domestic situation, you want to move home, change your home, renovate it, do something different, even build a new home. Who knows? You want to do something revolutionary in your domestic life, but it's not going to work out as you planned because all of the smoke and illusion of this Rahu Pisces has gone into your domestic scenario. Now, some of you are forced into unexpected or perhaps planned domestic changes now, and you're going to have to move, have to change. But be aware, it's being forced because of career situation, and you may be better waiting a little while. Why? Because Rahu aspects the house of unexpected expenses, and he's going to make everything more expensive, not go according to plan with any domestic move. Some of you feel like your home has become a bit like a hotel almost because so many people come to visit. Now you like this, but it can get a bit out of control during the next year. You see, family members put a lot of demands on you now. They may be having health issues. Siblings maybe, cousins maybe, mother maybe, or they just need you, need your help, need your energy. So you're in demand certainly within the family circle, and you definitely have to attend to these factors. You feel like escaping from it into some fantasy land, some of you, or many of you into foreign lands, literally. And you may be able to do so some time in this 1.5 years. And it is generally favorable. It's a very good transit, actually, for your deep spiritual wisdom and spiritual pursuits. One of the best factors, though, of this Rahu 4th house is study, education. If you are a student, it's going to go fantastic. You will get amazing insight. Yes, you may have to make some domestic changes, get some space to yourself, but you will study hard. You will get excellent results. But all Sagittarians benefit from some new educational course, specifically occult study, because Rahu aspects the 8th house. Occult study, mystical studies, astrology, you can start them now and get amazing insights, enormous satisfaction from this. One thing for sure, business people, secure what you've got. Investments are not well thought out now. Definitely stock market can be definitely dangerous here. What you've got to do is secure what you've got financially now. Be patient, waiting for the future, because soon Rahu goes backwards into your 3rd house, middle of 2025, and all the opportunities, business, work-wise, relationship even, open up to you. It's a startling new beginning coming up. Do not fear. Capricorn, Ascendant, Capricorn, Moon, it's a wonderful transit for you. Now you can finally get moving on all of your ideas, innovations. You can really have some positive changes in your life. Even accidental things happening to you that you think couldn't be anything special turn out to be to your favor. Suddenly doors open up to you unexpectedly. If you are looking for a new job, you will definitely find it. People support you, promote you, and actually give you amazing openings, but you have to push for it. Rahu here means you have to take the initiative. This transit is about Rahu reaping the fruits of when he was last in your sign, Capricorn. That was 0809. Now, according to your age, that may mean nothing to you, but this is the end result of the whole transit. You can get fantastic rewards now, or sometimes difficulties happen on your path that are karmic, but whatever it is, it works out to your benefit. Rahu supports you. Rahu has your back during the transit. Students, full-time students, anybody in any learning experience, Ketu 9th house, you just want to pull out. You feel like you've had enough, done enough, and it doesn't make any sense to you anymore. The thing is, teachers, lecturers aren't coming up to scratch. Everything is just not working for you. But have patience. Things are not exactly what they seem. You can still reap some educational benefit if you stick with it. So take a little extra advice, I would say. One thing for sure, all Capricorn, students or not, have difficulty with authority figures. There may be a new boss in your workplace very often and you're not going to get on with them. It's going to cause you some difficulty, but still, Rahu protects you no matter who is your boss. Watch out though, you become contentious, argumentative, very competitive under this Rahu 3rd house transit, and you can contend with authority figures. You're not going to win out here, so be careful. It's too risky. Now you might be okay, but further down the line you won't. You may also have difficulty, lack of understanding with your father as well, or he may be having sickness difficulty himself. Ketu 9th house means that foreign land travel is a bit disappointing to you as well. Not advised generally during the period, but local travel, fine. You're going to have many interactions with your cousins, siblings, definitely. They're going to have surprising things happening, surprising revelations for you, and your bond with them can become stronger. Now, Rahu in Pisces is going to impact your relationship aspect to the 7th house. Some of you get far better understanding with your spouse now. You become definitely open with them, sharing with them, and it's a definite helpful situation. However, those of you seeking new relationship, there is definite temptation, definite things opening up to you because Rahu is in Pisces. Now, I've spoken about this beginning of the video. Check it out if you didn't hear it. Rahu Pisces gives you infatuations coming up quickly, strong romantic interactions in this 3rd house, definitely. Should you act on them, we'll take it slowly. Get to know people slowly. That's the key thing. Very often in the workplace as well, there can be strong attractions happening. In fact, it isn't just romance. Rahu aspecting 11th house, network circles expand, and a very special friend, supportive person often comes into your orbit with this 3rd house transit. In summary then, Capricorn, Ascendant and Moon, take a risk. It's time to push out the boat. Business startup, excellent. Self-employment, excellent. Opportunity, job opportunity, promotion, reward, it's all on the cards. It's up to you to absolutely go for this. For Aquarius, Ascendant, Aquarius, Moon, Rahu's now at the end of his 18-year transit from your sign. The last 1.5 years of this transit. Therefore, he's going to break things up. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. You're going to get rid of all the stuff you just don't need. It's a total declutter phase. You're going to have to get rid of debt. You're going to have issues with family affairs, wills, legacies, accounts, everything to do with stock market, investments. Going to need a total reshuffle because Ketu is not supporting these things. Something is not working. Something has to be let go of. Business people, particularly family business, needs revolution, needs change. You've got to let go of what is not working now. Then you'll be fresh to start your new era of prosperity when Rahu goes home into Aquarius from 2025. You can have definite family losses now. People who connected you to the past are just no longer there, and you just have to go along with this. All these changes make you feel a little bit insecure, that's the thing. But the most difficult aspect actually is to the 10th house. Work environment becomes especially stressful, especially demanding for you during this time. You feel like making a big change in your career, but the openings are not just there. They're not just right for you now. Any big work career changes now will be temporary because Rahu has got to get to your 1st house, 2025, for these real openings, real marvelous opportunities for new beginnings to actually come to you. Your health may be affected because Rahu aspects the 6th house, but Rahu's good aspecting here. You can get innovative diet, routine, health routine, exercise routine. Something promotes good health through absolute self-initiative here. Take it. Don't be afraid to try something different. If you've got pets, they're going to have illness, difficulty perhaps as well. But once again, despite this difficulty, you can bring them through here. It's about revolutionizing what makes you feel secure now. Rahu is in the house of security. Yes, you have to let a lot of things go, but inwardly, you become stronger, extremely resilient, actually powerful during the transit. For Pisces Ascendant, Pisces Moon, Rahu comes into your 1st house. It's a new karmic cycle. 18-year cycle of karma begins. And it's going to be favorable for you because you're going to push out the boat in a really innovative way. That's the thing. You will get tremendous creativity for fantastic new beginnings. Do not fear, either from Ascendant or your moon sign. Either way, it's a new beginning, but there is a slight difference. From Ascendant, it's about life direction. It's a karmic new direction beginning, especially affecting career, job, orientation of your life. From Moon, it can affect as well those areas, but it's very relationship, emotionally orientated as well. From Ascendant, Rahu makes you self-focused, self-motivated. From the moon sign, though, you're not self-focused so much as other people focused. And Rahu, moon 1st house, you become a little bit challenged having to get rid of the past, though. You have to get rid of the past to start a new future. But you will have to do so because it's a brand new beginning either way. For some of you, long sought opportunities come, doors open, promotion comes, power is actually put into your hands. But for others of you, these are unsought opportunities, things you've never thought about before. Now you think, here is something I've never thought of doing. Let me try this. It's going to work. Now, here's the thing. Rahu is your 12th house lord. So these new beginnings begin secretly. Sometimes you're not even being open about them. Or they can involve distant shores. Travel sometimes. People from far away influencing you. That's the thing. It's a very mystical factor happening as well, because Rahu Pisces contains a lot of seduction around. So you're being especially romantically influenced, many of you, especially from the moon sign. Why is this? Because the moon is your 5th house lord if you are Pisces moon sign. So check what I said at the beginning of the video. There's a lot of seduction, a lot of romance, a lot of magic around. Check it out carefully and take everything slowly. New relationships, definitely. And if you do start a new relationship now, and it's definitely karmic, any new romance relationship started, as I say, it's very seductive, very romantic time for you. Ketu shows it is coming from past life situation. You cannot avoid it, no matter how you try. Of course, if you are a creative person of any sort from Ascendant or the moon sign, push out the boat. Creative inspiration comes to you. Rahu aspects the 5th house. Definitely writers, bloggers, musicians, artists of all sorts. You are on a brand new beginning, on an upward spiral. If you are a student, you're going to get on the right course, the course that promotes you for the next 18 years to fantastic success, fantastic wealth even. It's going to promote a whole new beginning, a whole new learning experience. You are not on the wrong course. This is the one for you. If you're a business person, self-employed, you've got to go it alone. Now, you've got to do it under your own steam. You have the initiative. You have power behind you from this Rahu transit. Don't depend on your business partner. They may not be able to support you. Even business partner relationship has to end now. You have to go it alone, but that's a good thing. Now, Ketu is your 9th house lord. Spouse may be away from home during this time, having some distant travels, distant issues, or spouse may be having health issues as well. Ketu's 7th house shows that spouse is not totally supporting you in these new beginnings, all of them, but still, you've just got to go ahead with them. On the other hand, because Ketu is your co-lord, gone into this 7th house, you need spouse's support. So you're going to have to bargain for this, barter for this. You're definitely going to get it though. Spouse is going along with you. That's the thing. Even if they don't want to, they are pulled in your direction. Why? Because Rahu is there. If you're a family person, you're going to have kids, there's no doubt. Rahu aspects 5th house, 9th house. There can be unexpected pregnancy also if you are female during the transit. So Pisces, don't forget, it's a brand new beginning. What you begin now is going to last for 18 years. It's going to have a big karmic significance for you. Education course, it's made in heaven. Travel to foreign land, meet new people. They are made to be with you. Relationships may be completely revolutionized as well. So it's a new beginning and make the best of it. Check out the other transits influencing you now. The playlist is on your screen. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Goodbye for now. God bless everyone.